I first came into the community and started learning about the different areas in the neighborhood, one of the things that stood out to me was that there was this long section on Fayette Street that did not have the brackets and the banners for uptown. And I was curious about that because as I understood it, you know, being a new executive director and new in the community, the footprint was much larger than just Main Street and Church Street and, you know, around kind of Starling in that way. One of the things that became really important to us as an organization is that we always look at the community as a whole, and we wanted to make sure that visually the community, as the footprint that it actually is, was represented. It felt pretty important to us to make sure that a community that had played such an integral history here in Uptown Martinsville Business District was actually represented visually in the community.
I was very excited when Kathy Deacon reached out to me regarding the bracket project. The concept of continuing the brackets that are currently in Uptown Martinsville around Main Street, continuing those into the Fayette community is super important to Uptown Partnership, and it's super important to the Harvest Foundation to make sure that the Fayette community is included as part of the any Uptown projects. Uptown Martinsville is really a hub for everyone in Martinsville and Henry County. And so we want to make sure that business owners, all business owners, feel like that they have a space in Uptown Martinsville and that the work that they do is important and is valued by the community. The Fayette community is one of the oldest communities in Martinsville, Henry County. It's also one of the communities with the richest histories. It's also one of the communities with small businesses that have rich histories themselves and have been here for years and years and years. For example, Hairston Funeral Home, they have served this community for generations. And I think there is something to be learned from Hairston Funeral Home. The work that they do speaks for itself. And so I think that it's important that we give businesses like Hairston Funeral Home an opportunity to have a voice in the larger Uptown Martinsville.
You know, Martinsville is a pretty interesting community population-wise. When you recognize the diversity that is here and understand that visually representing that diversity and making sure that there's inclusion that has happened and that we are seen from the outside, from folks who visit or, you know, from folks who live here even. If you take a look at our population, we actually have a lot of diversity here in Martinsville and in the Uptown Business District. We've got Black and brown owned businesses, we have white owned businesses, we've got Latino owned businesses, and it's really important to make sure that all of that diversity is celebrated, and we feel that this banner bracket project and giving the Fayette area a visual presence in the Uptown footprint will go a long way in creating an atmosphere, both a visual look and an atmosphere that is going to help create unification and help create unity among the citizens and the community members. And we're really excited to be a part of that.